Warning: today's episode contains mature language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Your Best Marriage Now. We are Jock and Rashima Mountain. And hey, we want to welcome you to today's episode.
Marriage should be fun, fulfilling, and full of joy, but too often outside voices try to define what it should look like. Your Best Marriage Now is here to challenge the norms and help couples build a relationship that feels right for them. Hosted by Jock and Rashima Mountain, this podcast is all about embracing the freedom to love, laugh, and grow together. Join us as we share real conversations, practical insights, and plenty of fun along the way. Let's dive in together.
Hey, if you've been following with us for the last couple of episodes, we've been leading up to having fun in the marriage, just having a good time, getting back to some of the basics of how you and your spouse got together. Today, we got on our special shirts. We wear these when we want to talk about special topics. And so if you can see, my shirt, and then she has on the matching shirt, hopefully you're able to put that together and realize what we're trying to say. So in the marriage, sex should be fun. And we should be having it. We should be having it on a regular basis. And regular to you is on your schedule. We're not about to get on here and talk about, it should be 3 times a week or 2 times a week. Or, once again, we believe in living at your own address. So whatever that looks like for you and your spouse, where everybody's satisfied and fulfilled, that's what we're all about. And when we come on every week, we always talk about 3 things that we build everything upon, and that's communication, compromise, and commitment. And when we talk about communication, we're talking about getting in the other person's shoes, really hearing where they're coming from and not just what you think they're saying. Compromise, where we come to a win-win in the relationship, in the decision that has to be made. How can we all win? And then at the end of the day, commitment. When everything else is said and done, I'm still committed. I'm still here. We're still working the marriage. And so that's what we build everything upon. And like I said, we've been married for 20 years, and we're continuously working those same 3 pillars, those same 3 principles over and over. So I will turn it to you and let you jump in here.
I'm already laughing.
I know. I know.
You
go
can
with it. Yes, go with it, ma'am. Go with it.
Because I like for sex to be a comfortable conversation.
Yes.
And I say that because I had to learn to own my own sexuality in our marriage. And that came through us talking. And it came through us communicating about what we want. We did have to talk about some stuff from the past. And I know that has been uncomfortable for many people, especially in the Christian community, because it was so taboo. If you did it, you was going straight to hell if you did it before marriage. And if you made it in, and you made it to marriage, it was like that was the ticket to freedom. But there was no talking about what is it supposed to be like? What is it really supposed to be like? Yeah. And we've had to have these real intimate conversations. And I had to get comfortable. And the women that I hang around, if you're not comfortable, if you're going to be around me, you're going to get comfortable. Because I'm going to ask you, when is the last time you had an orgasm? And as soon as I ask that, it's like, it's either laughter or it's, sister.
Sister.
And it's like, okay, what is that reaction all about?
Yeah.
But I realized that it's just been such a topic we don't need to talk about. And I just assumed everybody was doing it.
They were.
No, I thought everybody was having sex, and they're not.
Yeah, that's been true.
Because, my thing has been, I realized I was viewing the world from my own life. And until we started really working with people, talking to people, mentoring people, we realized that our address is not like somebody else's address.
True.
And so we wanted to bring people into how can we help this be a normal conversation.
Yeah, because, what they say is 3 things people don't want to talk about. sex, money, and death. Those are the three topics that people avoid. You know, you bring up life insurance. Oh God, was somebody gonna die? Well, no, we do need to prepare just in case. And then you don't want to talk about your money because, you know, this is my money. This is what I make. And why do I need to tell all of that? And then people don't want to talk about sex because we assumed that everybody was having it and it was good. And then we realized later on, like, people really aren't having it. And that's kind of how we got to last week, talking about having fun, how life became a business. And I'm not trying to have sex with my boss because I feel like you're the boss of the company and we all just the little employees that run around the house and obey what you say. And it's like, you know what? I'll pass. I'm good. Versus in the beginning, God created marriage. And he said everything he created was good. Sex was a part of marriage. So it was good. And so we shouldn't have people going, well, you know, just wait till the other shoe drop. And then you're going to realize, oh, it ain't as good as you thought it was. Or wait till, you know, year whatever. And everything's going to switch and everything's going to change. And it's not going to be like it was. And those are people's stories. Those are people's experiences. But that's not the original intent, you know.
And being able to not live by everybody else's rules.
Yes.
And, you know, for us, you know, you hear the thing, oh, when a woman turns 40, her sex drive goes, and that's not every woman. That's not every woman. But talking about, okay, what does the drive look like? Does the drive me I'm turned on? Because I'm not always turned on. You're not always turned on. Sometimes we plan to be turned on.
Exactly.
And that for me is talking about owning my sexuality is I'm planning. We've been married for 20 years. It's like, okay, let's talk about what that looks like today.
But I thought it was supposed to be spontaneous, like on the movies, you know, and you're just supposed to grab the person and just push them against the wall and tear their shirt off.
I hate series sex. Because they be lying.
Yeah.
It's like nobody's throwing you up against the wall like that and breathing heavy on you for 30, and everybody swear they 30 minutes. It's like, no, it's not. And it make people feel like if I'm not experiencing that, then what's wrong with me?
Exactly.
And, you know, when we first got married, we were over some groups at our church that dealt with sexual sin. My group was called Every Woman's Battle, and yours was Every Man's Battle. And it was a mixture of women in this group, but we talked real talk. It was all kind of stories. But the main thing is women needed to know that there was nothing wrong with them. And that we respond to sex differently than y'all do. And sometimes some women are the aggressor, some women are not. Some women like to be pursued, some women like to pursue. But learning who you are, like we are so big on being who you are and committing to your address and learning each other in the marriage, because we subscribe to fulfillment and satisfaction. And that looks differently from everybody. Like we've had to explore we know what an orgasm looks like for a man. But for my sisters, that's a conversation that I would like for us to be more comfortable with having. Okay, you may or may not have had one before you got married. Do you know you're having one? Like you asked me a couple of weeks ago, you were like, well, when did you figure out that you were having an orgasm? And we had to talk about stuff from my past and stuff from your past. But we had to grow comfortable enough in our marriage to where neither person would be feeling some kind of way like, man, was so-and-so better than
this is what we was talking about. We were talking about, I said, as a 13, 14, 15, 17-year-old, we was told, you go in there and you do your part.
Yes.
And she should breathe heavy, and when you done, you done.
Yep.
And if it was good, she'll ask you to come back.
Yep.
Nobody told us to think about y'all.
Yep.
There was no, well, ask her how she felt, or did she, like, there was no training on what the woman should get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
If she did get something out of it, then it was just, oh, well, then you ought to be able to hook up again. But to actually know that her body shook or vibrated or did whatever, and that was because nobody was telling you that in the streets. Well, they weren't telling you that nowhere I went. I mean, streets or not, you was not hearing that. Period.
No.
Go ahead.
And so I was gonna say, and then we automatically supposed to be this different person when we get saved and get married. And it's like,
yes,
we realized that did not happen.
It did not happen.
And so we've had to talk through some stuff.
Yes.
And what the expectations are.
Yes.
And what are you expecting from me now?
Right.
Okay, where are we willing to go with this thing?
Exactly.
Talking about what our non-negotiables were.
Mm-hmm.
And what are they flexible?
Yes.
You know, because coming up in my day, it was like, I wish you would give some dude oral sex. It's
Right.
like,
the heathen whore
listen,
from hell.
the scarlet triple A.
Yes, you better
You
not.
is done for.
Yes.
Now,
There's a whole generation that's just as common and plain as.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, we got to talk.
Yes.
We got to talk about, what are you comfortable with?
Mm-hmm.
What am I comfortable with? What if they don't match?
Right.
Because sexual mismatching and misalignment is a real thing.
Right.
And we talk about, okay, yeah, that don't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't do that again.
Right.
That's uncomfortable. But that takes some practice and some getting into it to participate.
Yes.
And that's another thing, the wanting to, because you can bring that street mindset over here with being married.
Right.
Like, we're going to be together forever. It's like, I'm going to need you to find out what matters to me.
Exactly.
And the same thing for me as a woman. I need to, for me, I'm talking about me, I had to say, okay, this is my husband for forever. What does he like?
Mm-hmm.
What does he like for me? There were some things that I didn't feel like I was necessary. I'm just going to say it. We grown, right? Okay. I did not feel comfortable with giving oral sex.
Mm-hmm.
I went and got a book. I sure did. Because I was like, okay, I got an instruction manual.
You better find out.
To get an instruction
Get a
manual.
YouTube video. Watch them peel a banana.
Listen, a lady did that on the movie.
I know, that's why
you said that. But I had to get comfortable with myself to say, okay, let me find out more about this.
Right.
And I didn't have no mentors I could go to and say,
hey, excuse me, man. Can you show me how? They'd have been like, girl, you done lost it. But
because
here's the real thing. If
oh,
you did it in the streets, or did somebody experienced it in the streets, and then they get married, perfect example. One time we was at a marriage conference, and the brother asked in the marriage conference, how can I get my wife to give me oral sex?
God, I feel so sorry. Man.
And he'd been married 10 years, and his wife was just adamant about not doing it. But he had it done, enjoyed it, liked it, wanted more of it, but now I can't get it in my marriage. And he's saying, I don't want to go outside my marriage and get it, but how can I get her to, you know what I'm saying?
Because what you sounding like you communicating is, you trying to get me to be like that whore. That's the kind of stuff we used to hear.
But can you be like her? just for a little bit? I don't care. I'm just saying.
But that's what this is how we've had to talk.
This the real stuff that we've had to talk about
and deal with.
Not just with us, but the people we've worked with, the premarital and marital couples. Because it's like, well, now that we married, now he want to do all this stuff, and I didn't think I was going to have to do all of that.
Yep.
I've done missionary, and now he want to turn me over, and he want to bring all this warm oil, and I ain't trying to do all of that.
Because of why?
Why?
Like, now it's why? Why don't you? Or why are you not willing to hear him? why are you not willing to hear her?
Yes.
Because here's another thing that we've had to talk about. If a woman wants something done in particular, we don't want to have to deal with the male ego. Well, who else did that? Did he? You may not say it, but then we feel scared. Like, is he gonna feel like somebody else hung me upside down longer than you did?
Maybe.
And then is it gonna mess with your male ego? Because we were like, a male's ego is very fragile.
Right.
And so that's why we gotta perform. It was a performance.
Right.
It was a performance versus a real experience.
Yes.
And we want real experiences.
Real experiences.
We
Yes.
want fulfillment and satisfaction in the marriage.
Yes.
We believe in living at your own address, meaning your marriage should reflect your values, happiness, and your vision. Join us as we share real conversations, practical insights, and plenty of fun along the way. Let's dive in together.
And it just takes, it really takes, number one, actually being humble. That maybe you're not the greatest thing walking. Maybe you're not the best thing that she's ever had or he's ever had. And we can't undo our past.
Thank you.
He's like, okay, I can't undo that. I did have A, B, C, and D happen to me. And I know you came into the relationship, you've only had A and B, but I'm still interested in C and D.
Yep.
And how can we make this work for us? And then you remember one time we was working with a couple and the guy wanted to do something different. And the lady was like, I don't do that. My grandmother said only whores do that.
Yep.
Well, first of all, grandma might have been wrong. Maybe grandma was a whore. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she might have been. Maybe that, I don't know. That's how she know whores did. I don't know. I'm not talking about your grandmother. But I'm just saying, like, where do you get that from? Only whores do that?
Yeah.
You know, and then of course we're in the Bible Belt and we go to church and then they try and tell you what to do in the bedrooms. Like, there's no scripture that says missionary. There is no missionary scripture. It's not in there. It said Adam knew Eve. It didn't say that they were missionary. She could have been on top of him. I mean, we don't know what they were doing. But we've taken that as that's the thing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So basically breaking some of these religious strongholds and saying, I'm married, we are together, what is going to work for us?
Yes.
You know, toe sucking is not in the Bible. It's not in there.
I will sign up for it.
I'm just saying, but it's not in there.
Put my name down.
It talks about in Revelation, they bowed down at his feet, but I don't think they was messing with Jesus' toes. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm just saying, once you discover.
But what I'm saying is we get these religious masters. Well, the scriptures don't say that. The scriptures don't say a lot of things.
Yes.
The scripture don't say you should rub your spouse's head or massage their back when they come home and tired from work. Like, some of these things have to come out of your heart from a place of love. That I want to do something for you that makes you feel good.
There you go.
And we get to fulfillment. We get to satisfaction because we have communicated about this is what is good for me. Now, in another life, you was married before, you had an ex or whatever, they may have hated that.
Yeah.
Or you maybe have never been with somebody who liked this, but that doesn't mean I can't learn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's really ultimately we're talking about, but it still goes back to the 3 C's. Number one, we're communicating about sex. Number two, compromising where sex is concerned. And then number three, we're still committed to making the marriage work sexually. Versus we're so rigid about what I don't do and what I will never do. And now you're leaving the other person wondering like, well, dang, I got a good wife, a good husband, but they don't want to do this. Is that you still feel disappointed in a sense. You still missing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to and you didn't want to. We didn't want to feel like what was is better than what's now.
I shouldn't have had the best sex in my life before I got married.
Yeah. And even if you weren't that experienced, be willing to learn.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to leave you with. As a woman, be willing to learn your body. Be willing to learn your husband's body. Be willing to hear what he or she has to say versus what the ancestors and all the people that gave you information. Be willing to identify what your body needs at whatever age you are, because it's not true for every woman after 40 or after 50, or if she hit menopause, period, all that stuff. I don't have to deal with all of that. Some women do. So be willing to at least learn each other enough so you can experience the fulfillment and satisfaction that you're supposed to have. And that is a major recipe, a major ingredient to having your best marriage now.
Yes. Yeah. Because, then we up here going, well, once again, like we said on the last episode, well, we don't understand how they didn't make it. Mm-hmm. Because you didn't live at their address. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had money and fame, but then they don't have sex.
Yeah.
Or they not intimate ever. They don't, so it's just so many problems we have because we don't do the 3 C's. Mm-hmm. Communicate, compromise, and stay committed. Mm-hmm. Sexually.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So those are things we have to do in order to keep going. And I know, for some of y'all who may be riding with us for a while, this was a off the off the beaten path, but it's a part of being married. And we've heard it too many times. I mean, people talking about 6-8 months not having sex, and it's like, y'all are full grown, healthy people. What's wrong? And that's a problem.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said healthy, because there have been health challenges that are faced. That's not what we're talking about. Yeah, we're not talking about health challenges. We talking about, y'all know what we talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about healthy individuals. We're not talking about fibroids and different things that have go on that, make it hard. We're talking about just good, 2 healthy married people, and y'all going months and months and months without getting together. Mm-hmm. That should be discussed and talked about.
Yeah.
So we will close with that. And once again, thanking our sponsors, Dream Home Inspections, meeting all of your residential and commercial inspection needs. And the information is on the screen. And we look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Your Best Marriage Now, where we talk about real love, real growth, and building the marriage you deserve. If you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with another couple who could use some encouragement. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube for more tips, clips, and conversations that keep your marriage thriving. Until next time, this is Jaka Rashima. See you on the next one.